Are you a content creator who's dreaming of starting your own business but feel overwhelmed, lost, or even scared to take the first step? Trust me, you're not alone. So many creators have the passion and ideas but struggle with confidence and direction. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how to overcome those fears and build the confidence you need to launch your dream business. Let's get started. Alright, guys, so I'm going to start with a story today. And the story I want to tell is not necessarily of my own business, but necessarily how I got into business, right? And why I'm keep going in as well. So it's super duper important to understand that as a business owner and somebody that hasn't done it before, you have to stick with an idea, right? Which is the pre-plan. I'm gonna go over like the 3 steps it took for me to actually launch my business. It was the sitting down and actually understanding what it takes to run a business and talking to other business owners. And then what happened was I actually sat down with one of my friends. I was sitting down at my table and he was telling me about how I wasn't using my talents and whatnot. I already told this story. But the most important thing after that is the next day, I actually started a business plan of what I wanted to achieve and what I wanted to accomplish for my business, right? So I knew that I wanted to do graphic design, of course. I was editing videos and I was doing photography as well, but I hadn't gotten any clients from doing that. But what I did was I planned out that, hey, I want to start getting video clients and I also want to start getting graphic design clients and start doing photography clients. But what got me started into getting graphic design clients is I was actually doing graphic design work. So whether it was free or whether it was paid for, I was showcasing my skills as a graphic designer by showcasing my work. And more importantly, I was showcasing my skills on social media. So I had a bigger outreach versus doing cold calls or actually talking to people in person. I was able to reach a lot more people on social media by just simply posting that I did graphic design work and the type of examples of graphic design work I did. That's what started. It was planning out the idea, writing down the idea, writing down that vision, right? That's step one. And then actually
Matt, I need your help growing my social media audience.
All right, guys, if you need help growing your social media audience, make sure you text 602-390-7002. Once again, it's 602-390-7002. Wait. We're not going to get in there yet. So once you start planning out the stuff and planning out the ideas, right, you stick to that. Try to stick to that one singular idea and try to focus on that and zone in on that. Now, mind you, I don't care if you don't have no family supporting you, no friends supporting you, no other entrepreneurs that you know supporting you. You have to go through with this idea, right? It's not going to be an overnight success. It's not going to come up as quick or easy as you think it's going to happen. But you have to stick through with that idea. Whether it's I've known. Let me see, what type of businesses have I known or worked with? Let's go with home services. So HVAC. I know somebody that owns a trucking company. I know some other videographers, some other photographers, some other guys in media, but I want to stick to talking about all business owners tonight. And I know some guys that are club promoters that are in sales, and the ones that have been doing it for a long time, those are the ones that actually stick through with the ideas and they actually put action behind those ideas that they have in their head that they want to accomplish. They just go through with it. So again, you start off by writing shit down and start planning stuff that you want to do, right? And then next is once you execute the idea, because you execute the idea, you put it out in the universe, don't mean it's gonna doesn't mean you're always gonna get a return with that. And this is where we start to feel the disappointment, right? That, hey, I'm not getting no sales, nobody's calling me back. nobody's interested in what I do. That's at that point, that's when you gotta work twice as hard. That's when your rewards are gonna reap, like right after you start getting that feeling where you like, oh man. So when last October, almost first year in Arizona was last October, and around that time, I wasn't getting the work that I really wanted, and around that time, I started feeling like I was like, oh man, is this really? Is this what I really signed up for? Is this what I moved from Cincinnati for? Is this it? Like I was getting projects, I was getting work, but I was getting so impatient because I wanted to see the end of my work results, and I didn't want to sit and bask in that patience and that journey of me suffering, not getting the contracts that I wanted. But it was at that point where I was like, man, I don't even know if I should continue doing this. But guess what I did? That still getting, you get your views, your likes, your comments, but not getting that money aspect. But you still accomplishing that goal by putting out content and creating content, and I'm referring to myself by doing that. Or you still putting out that goal by like, hey, I'm all still offering maybe a free service here, maybe a free service here, but I'm offering earth services so people know that I exist and people know what the work is. So again, it's that step two is the execution. So step one was the planning, and then step two was actually executing on those ideas that you had in your head and that shit that you wrote down, right? And then step three for me, running a business, is next is actually getting paid for your services. Because again, for my guys that's stuck in that 9 to 5, you are going to have to go home and also put in an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours into that dream that you have that you want to accomplish. And I've talked to so many wannabe entrepreneurs or wannabe business owners that say like, hey, they don't have the time to do this and this and this and this and that. And I'm like, look, only the top 1% actually stick around and become business owners and stay in that entrepreneurship is because
Matt, I need your help growing my social media audience.
All right, guys, if you need help growing your social media audience, make sure you text 602-390-7002. Once again, it's 602-390-7002. That time you complaining about you saying that you don't have time is the time that those guys are working on their business, or they're putting in an hour to self-development, or they put an hour into their skill set, or they put an hour into reading, or they put an hour into the gym, they put an hour into that body. At that time, when all you guys are making complaints about not having time to do it, the top 1%ers are doing it while you're complaining about not having the time to do it. And that's what separates people from actually executing on those ideas to actually being a business owner, is because they turn those ideas into actual cash. It's like in the last podcast episode I did on 1%, I was talking about business owners having a lot of followers and it doesn't equate to dollars. Like that's where that final step of execution turns into it's a return on investment. Now, mind you, you as a business owner, depending on what type of industry you're in, you might not see a positive return for years. You might not see that first big deal contract that you really want for years. But are you going to be the person that's willing to put in the extra nights and days of struggle to reach that bottom goal that you want to hit? Because as soon as you hit that goal that you want, I'm assuming, hoping so, that the next goal that you want to achieve is right there. For me, once I got that first big contract that I wanted to see, I progressively got better with my skill set. I progressively got better with my sales skills, my awareness skills, my people skills. I never stopped learning as I was in that position or that role. And honestly, that's what you should be doing in your 9 to 5 while you're trying to create and run a business as well. Is whatever 9 to 5 that you have, you should be learning. You can always learn from any situation, but during that 9 to 5, you should be learning how to become a business owner because you're in the place of business, and you should be soaking up any information that you can get as much as possible, which is a really, really amazing thing, is because we get in this journey where we like, oh man, I really hate my 9 to 5, when we get so disgusted with it that we don't even want to be there and take advantage of the opportunities that's around us. But being such in a negative mindset, we don't realize that there are opportunities around us. And I, as myself, I didn't take advantage, especially in my early financial industry years. I did not take advantage of any of the connections I made, and I'm pretty sure I could have made so many different connections and built so many relationships if I would have been looking at it with a different perspective. But again, this is why you're watching that video, is because you need somebody to tell you that there is a different perspective on this entrepreneurship, and there's a positive perspective on it, but you just have to put in the work. So again, guys, we went over.
Matt, I need your help growing my social media audience.
All right, guys, if you need help growing your social media audience, make sure you text 602-390-7002. Once again, it's 602-390-7002. 3 steps, 3 topics to having that idea to actually become a business owner. So again, it's writing down the action items that you have to take in order to become a business owner. Make sure you're around people that are business owners as well, so you can figure out what you need to do in order to attack those goals. Next is executing on those ideas that you have, and consistently executing on those ideas that you have, so you can reach step number 3, which is sales. Again, strategy, execution, sales. Strategy, execution, sales. You got to keep on strategizing and keep on executing until you hit sales. Again, guys, this is Matthew Cohn. We got a new setup today. I wanted to try something different. I want to try something more intimate, but this is something different. I didn't talk about media at all. I want to talk straight about the mindset of business, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe. Again, this is Matthew Cohn. Peace.